Okay, imagine this. You're standing right at the edge. Just endless, shimmering sand as far as you can see.
In the Sahara.
Exactly. The wind's whispering, these ancient secrets across these huge, silent dunes. And somewhere, deep inside that ocean of gold, legends talk about a hidden city.
Zerzura.
Zerzura, the oasis of the Sahara. The White City. They say it had lush gardens, actual flowing water, white walls, gold treasures, and guardians. Spirits, maybe kings? Depends who you ask.
Such a powerful image.
It really is. For the desert nomads, it was this symbol of hope, like literally paradise on earth.
Safe haven.
Right. But then for European explorers, it became this complete obsession. But then you get to governments, secret societies, and that's where the story twists, doesn't it? It gets way more complicated.
Definitely.
For them, Zerzura might have held a secret that was just too dangerous, too destabilizing maybe, to ever let out.
Yeah.
So our mission in this deep dive is to sort of step into that mirage, peel back the layers of mystery, the conspiracy around Zerzura.
And try to figure out what's really there.
Yeah. Could finding it, or even just understanding the idea of it, could it actually change how we see human history? Our place in the cosmos, even? It sounds grand, but...
It's a big question. And it's an extraordinary journey we're starting here. We're going to be navigating through, a maze of sources.
Ancient texts, right?
It's ancient legends on parchment, yeah. All the way up to really modern theories, stuff whispered about in intelligence circles.
Wow.
We'll look at historical accounts, dig into some genuinely fascinating archaeology, and even touch on some of those more out there speculative kind of cosmic connections.
Okay.
The idea is to really distill what gives Zerzura this enduring pull, this magnetism. Why does it keep capturing minds century after century?
Okay, let's unpack that then. Because this story, Zerzura, it's not just some recent fad. Its roots go way, way back, deep into the sand.
Into history.
The earliest whispers we have are in these ancient Arabic manuscripts, and the big one is the Kitab al-Kanuz, right? The Book of Hidden Treasures.
That's the key early one, yes.
Yeah. And it specifically mentions a city deep in the western desert full of riches, but also, and this is crucial, protected by these really strange guardians.
Yeah, the guardian element is persistent.
And it's not just written text. You've got the living history, the Bedouin nomads. They knew the Sahara better than anyone.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Their oral traditions are vital here.
And they told stories about travelers just stumbling upon Zerzura, these whitewashed walls just rising out of the sand like a dream, shaded by palms, fresh water.
Incredible.
Yeah.
But also dangerous.
Right, that's the catch. People who went in often didn't come out. And the legends differ on who the guardians were. Some said tall, pale-skinned people, speaking a language no one knew, eyes like fire, apparently.
Which is unusual, to say the least, for desert dwellers.
Totally. Others said jinn, desert spirits, powerful, sometimes tricky, creating illusions to trap people.
Right, the classic desert spirits.
And this wasn't just a flash in the pan. This myth stuck around, it evolved. By the 15th century, there's another manuscript, the Syrian one, Kitab al-Kanuz wal-Dafain. And it repeats the story. City of white birds this time, guarded by black giants, with the real treasure hidden deep underground.
That consistency you mentioned.
Yeah.
It's really striking. Across different times, different cultures describing similar things, it really makes you ask, doesn't it?
Ask what?
Well, what gives a myth that kind of staying power? How does it keep grabbing explorers, merchants, even secret societies centuries later? It's more than just a good story.
Yeah.
It hints at something deeper. Some human need to believe in these lost wonders. So the question that keeps echoing isn't just, is Zerzura a mirage, a hallucination from the heat?
Right.
But could it be some kind of deep collective memory, something real, forgotten, just waiting under the sand? A hidden truth.
And that's where it really kicks into high gear, isn't it?
Yeah.
When the legend hits Europe, the age of exploration.
Exactly, a whole new level of obsession.
By the 19th, 20th centuries, Zerzura is basically the holy grail for desert explorers. Just the whisper of a lost oasis sent people deeper and deeper into the Libyan desert. That place is huge, unforgiving.
Immense and dangerous.
As early as 1835, you have Major Dixon Denham, a British soldier. He said his Tuareg guides told him about a hidden white city loaded with gold.
The rumors were already spreading among Europeans.
But it really exploded in the 20th century, and that's largely thanks to one guy, Laszlo Almasi.
Al-Almasi, the English patient.
That's the one. Though the reality was maybe a bit different from the film. His expeditions in the Libyan desert, 1920s, 1930s, they were legendary.
He was a serious desert explorer.
Absolutely. And he claimed he found valleys, wadis, that perfectly matched the old descriptions of Zerzura, even found evidence of old water sources.
They're not just chasing shadows.
No. His accounts talk about finding unexplored plateaus, caves with incredible ancient rock art, real proof of forgotten civilizations. He was totally convinced there were whole cities still buried out there.
Which geologically and archaeologically isn't impossible.
Right. But here's the really intriguing part. There's this theory that Almazi did find Zerzura, the actual city, but instead of shouting it from the rooftops, he only reported bits and pieces, fragments. He kept the main discovery hidden, secret.
Now that adds a whole new dimension. Why hide something like that?
Yeah.
An explorer lives for that kind of discovery.
Exactly.
Unless the context was bigger than just archaeology. If we think about the timing, pre-World War II, the political climate, a find like Zerzura, especially if it had advanced artifacts or rewrote history, that could be seen as a massive strategic asset, something far too important, maybe too powerful to just announce to the world.
So secrecy becomes paramount, not for fame, but for control, national interest.
Potentially. It moves beyond exploration into, well, intelligence and geopolitics. That's a very compelling reason for an explorer, even one like Almazi, to keep quiet.
And his story gets even weirder, doesn't it? It pulls us into this whole world of secret societies, hidden knowledge.
It really does. The connections get shadowy.
Turns out, in the 1930s, Almazi wasn't just exploring. He was mixed up with intelligence networks. British intelligence, German intelligence. Apparently playing both sides sometimes.
Which was not uncommon in that era and region. A lot of explorers doubled as agents.
So this entanglement fuels another theory. That he didn't just find an oasis, he found ruins. An ancient city filled with artifacts, maybe technology.
They're artifacts.
And the theory goes, these weren't put in a museum, they were quietly seized, transported, hidden away in the vaults of secret societies.
Which societies are we talking about?
Groups like the Freemasons, the Rosicrucians, groups already deep into esoteric history, hidden knowledge, the origins of civilization.
Right, organizations fascinated by ancient wisdom.
For them, Zerzura wasn't just a lost city. It was a potential source, a repository of forbidden knowledge, maybe stuff predating Egypt, Mesopotamia, stuff that could rewrite everything.
The idea of an ancient library.
Exactly. Some even linked it to Atlantis. Maybe Zerzura was built by Atlantean survivors, a sort of time capsule preserved as the Sahara dried out.
That's a leap. But it fits the pattern of seeking lost golden ages.
So if Almazi, or someone else, found Zerzura and its contents, maybe they vanished into private hands, deliberately kept from the public, studied, controlled, hidden.
And that level of secrecy, if true, is telling. It suggests a belief that some knowledge is genuinely too powerful or too disruptive to our standard history to be shared openly.
Like it could break the narrative.
Precisely. Controlling that kind of information, that forbidden wisdom hidden in the desert, that's a profound level of power, managing our understanding of our own past.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit. Let's look at the science. Archaeology gives us another way to think about Zerzura.
Right.
A potentially real place.
Absolutely. And the science is actually pretty supportive in a way.
How so?
Well, it's a solid scientific fact now. The Sahara wasn't always desert. Go back about 10,000 years.
It was green.
Lush, green savanna, lakes, rivers, teeming with animals, giraffes, elephants. It was completely different, a viable place for complex societies.
Well, we have proof of that, don't we? The rock art.
Loads of it, all across the Sahara. Art showing these animals, even boats sometimes. Clear evidence of water, of a thriving ecosystem.
Almazi found some of that, didn't he? The Cave of Swimmers.
He did, 1933. That famous cave showing figures that look like they're swimming. It's concrete proof of ancient lakes right where there's only sand now.
So archaeologists now admit, right, that big settlements did exist out there.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's accepted that sophisticated cultures thrived in areas that are now totally barren. So the idea of a city like Zerzura existing and then just being swallowed by the sand as the climate changed, it's entirely plausible.
And isn't there stuff from satellites too, modern tech?
Yes, that's another intriguing layer. Modern satellite imagery has picked up weird anomalies under the dunes. Not just random shapes, but regular geometric patterns, almost like
buildings.
Foundations. Exactly. They strongly suggest organized layouts, maybe the foundations of buried structures. They don't look like natural formations.
So why aren't people digging everywhere?
Well, that's the thing. Official excavations in many of these key areas are incredibly limited. often hampered by political instability, remote locations, or designated military zones.
Military zones.
Right. So you have this undeniable scientific potential, a green Sahara, known ancient settlements, satellite hints, but then these barriers, the lack of large-scale official digs.
A coincidence. Or something else.
It certainly raises the question, is it just circumstance, or could it be part of a pattern, maybe even a deliberate effort to keep the true extent of what's buried out there under wraps, to avoid confronting what those findings might mean?
Which leads us right into maybe the most conspiratorial part, the idea that governments themselves are involved in a cover-up, especially during wartime.
World War II becomes a focal point here.
Yeah, the Sahara wasn't just empty space, it was a critical battleground. Allies, Axis powers, both fighting for control of routes, and maybe secrets.
It seems likely intelligence services were interested in more than just troop movements.
Documents have surfaced suggesting they were interested in these legends of hidden cities, Zerzura specifically.
Makes sense. Strategic advantage, potential resources, maybe even something more exotic.
And there are those reports about Almasi again. His later expeditions, supposedly under German command, some link this to the Nazi obsession with finding ancient technology, lost super civilizations.
Like the searches in Tibet or the Arctic. They were definitely looking for esoteric knowledge and power.
Yeah. And then after the war, what happens? Large parts of the Libyan desert suddenly become restricted.
Military zones established, classified research areas, no-go zones, some still exist today.
Right, so why? Why seal off huge chunks of seemingly empty desert, unless there's actually something there? Something significant they found, maybe during the war, that they absolutely had to control.
It's a chilling thought, isn't it?
Yeah.
What could be so important, so destabilizing, that its discovery becomes a national security issue?
It's not just about artifacts anymore.
No. It's about controlling the narrative of human history. If Zerzura held proof of a civilization older than Egypt, maybe with forgotten technologies, that challenges everything we think we know.
It could literally rewrite the textbook.
And potentially destabilize entire worldviews, religious beliefs, power structures. Yeah. You can see why some might think that kind of knowledge is too dangerous to be public. That's a powerful motive for secrecy, even if it sounds terrifying.
Okay, so from government secrets, let's take the leap to the most cosmic, way out there angle on Zerzura.
The ancient astronaut theory.
Yeah. First, you've got this idea of sacred geography. Ancient cultures, like the Egyptians, saw the desert as special, a place of gods, hidden knowledge. The West especially was the land of the dead, maybe other dimensions. Could Zerzura fit into that?
It's possible the location itself was seen as significant spiritually.
Which leads into this theory, those pale-skinned guardians from the old texts, maybe they weren't human.
Extraterrestrial.
Right. Visitors who came down taught the local tribes amazing things, farming, astronomy, metallurgy, and then just vanished. Back into myth, or maybe back where they came from.
The ancient teacher's trope found in many cultures.
And the gold. Zerzura's treasure. Maybe it wasn't just wealth. Gold was special to the gods in lots of ancient myths, right? Maybe it was a resource these visitors needed, were extracting.
It's often cited in these theories. Gold's unique properties or importance to alleged ETs.
So the ultimate version of this is Zerzura wasn't just a city. It was an ancient astronaut base, an outpost.
Its ruins now buried.
And maybe its machines, its technology, still down there, dormant under the sand, waiting.
It's highly speculative, obviously. But you can see how this theory tries to weave together all the strange threads of the Zerzura legend. The weird guardians, the treasure, the lost knowledge, the location itself.
It's a grand, unified theory of the weirdness.
Pretty much. It speaks to that deep human desire to find explanations for things that don't fit, and to imagine our origins might be grander, maybe more cosmic, than the standard story allows. It definitely challenges conventional thinking.
And the weirdness doesn't stop in the past. The pull of Zerzura is still there, even now in the 21st century. People are still looking.
The expeditions continue, yes, though perhaps less publicized now.
And there are these modern reports, things that just deepen the mystery, like teams finding perfectly cut stone blocks, clearly artificial, with inscriptions nobody recognizes.
Anomalous finds.
They report them, maybe take photos, log coordinates, and then poof, the records vanish, the artifacts disappear. It's happened more than once, apparently.
That pattern of disappearance is suggestive, to say the least.
And then there's this stuff happening in the desert, especially over those restricted zones we talked about.
Strange phenomena.
Yeah. Pilots flying over report seeing weird lights on the ground, structured lights where there shouldn't be anything, or intense electromagnetic interference, compasses spinning like crazy, radios going dead just over certain valleys.
Wow.
It makes you wonder, doesn't it? Is the desert just hiding something old? Or is it actively concealing it, protecting it, maybe with some kind of tech that's still running?
These modern accounts, these persistent anomalies, they're hard to just brush off as stories. They feed the idea that something significant is still out there.
Not just historical, but maybe active?
Possibly. It suggests the desert itself might be part of the concealment, whether naturally or otherwise.
Yeah.
It definitely keeps the mystery burning for anyone still searching.
So after all of this, ancient legends, explorers, secret societies, archaeology, conspiracies, even aliens. What does it all mean? What is Zerzura? Maybe it was never meant to be found like a dot on a map.
Maybe its power is symbolic.
Yeah. Maybe Zerzura is this enduring symbol. A reminder, first off, that our history books are incomplete. That whole civilizations rose and fell way before Egypt, before Mesopotamia. Ones we've totally forgotten.
Lost chapters.
And maybe it also suggests that some knowledge wasn't just lost to time and sand. Maybe it was deliberately hidden, taken out of circulation.
That's a provocative thought.
And look at the power of the idea itself. This obsession with Zerzura shaped explorers' lives. It drew in secret societies. It fueled conspiracies for centuries. That tells you something about its symbolic weight, right?
Absolutely. Zerzura represents that collective human fascination with the unknown. The potential for huge, undiscovered truths just under the surface of what we think we know.
It makes you question the official story.
It does. It's a narrative that encourages critical thinking about history, about who writes it, and about discovery itself. What else might be out there, just beyond what we're told or allowed to see? It forces you to consider what we might have forgotten, or what might have been kept from us.
Zerzura. The name itself just hangs there, doesn't it? Like a mirage on the horizon. Was it just a legend, a beautiful dream the desert created? Or was it real history, deliberately scrubbed?
A history erased.
Did those explorers find nothing but sand? Or did they find something so explosive, so dangerous to the status quo that it had to be buried again, deeper than any dune?
Truths too challenging to reveal.
Maybe Zerzura is still out there, waiting. Its gardens are dust now, its treasures hidden away. A secret sleeping under the Sahara. Or maybe, and this is more haunting, maybe it was never abandoned. Maybe those pale guardians, whatever they were, whatever they are, maybe they're still there. Walking the sands. Watching. Protecting. Unseen.
The Sahara certainly holds its secrets close.
Yeah.
And Zerzura, well, it might just be the biggest secret of them all. And for you, listener right now, the journey doesn't really end here. Think about this. What if the real secret isn't just what was found out there in the desert? What if the true secret is who decided it needed to be hidden? And maybe more importantly, why is that secret still being guarded, even now? How might that hidden knowledge or the act of hiding it be shaping not just our past, but maybe our future?